Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to lesson 4. In this lesson, we will study the types of inputs which can be passed to a linear regression model. The types of inputs can be broadly classified as quantitative features, transformed features or basis expansions, dummy or encoded features, and interaction variables. We will briefly get into some basic theory and then we will go to a spreadsheet and look at some live examples. Quantitative features are simple numerical representation of data. They usually denote raw or continuous types of data inputs. Things like age, weight, height, salary, price, they all come under the quantitative feature category. You can apply mathematical functions and transform these quantitative features. They are known as transformed variables. You could apply operations like log, square root, trigonometric functions. You could also apply basis expansions where we use polynomial transformation, something like you cube a particular quantitative feature, you make it a polynomial of some order. It's up to you and your use case. The third type of feature is known as the encoded variable or also dummy variables. You cannot pass text or alphabet data into a linear regression model. If you have categorical data, usually, product lines, a classification label, color, a particular family, these categorical data can be encoded into dummy variables. There is a good thumb rule which you should follow here. If you have k categorical values, you only need k minus 1 dummy or encoded variables. For example, if you want to capture the gender information in a survey and you are capturing male or female responses, you do not need two categorical variables. You are happy with just one column where 1 is male and 0 is female. Similarly, for a multi-class example of red, yellow, and green, you just need two columns. But we'll share more information on a spreadsheet. Interaction variables can be products or combinations of two or more variables. The most common use case is to multiply a quantitative feature with a encoded variable. There is no strict use case or usage criteria here. It all depends on the sort of experiment you are conducting. Let us now go to a spreadsheet and look at these examples live. The first example which you see here is that of age, which is captured in years. This is a classic quantitative input feature type. The second example is that of weight. This is also a very common input feature type which comes under the quantitative bracket. As you can see, the values are all numerical and they can be continuous as well. The second example is us trying to capture the gender information, which is either male or female. You only need one column to capture this information for two categories. So if there are two categories, you need 2 minus 1 columns or 2 minus 1 encoded features to capture this information. Transformed. I've applied the log function to the age and you get a numerical representation which has much less variance and the magnitude of the data has also reduced. Depending on your experiment, you can choose what type of function you want. The second transform function here is that of square root. I have applied the square root to weight. Again, depending on the experiment, you could change the scale of your data here. Basis expansions. Basis expansions is also another type of transformation, but we typically perform polynomial functions here. You could make the data quadratic like we have done in this case. We have squared the age. You could make it cubic as well. Basis expansions allow us to capture more complicated relationships and also allow us to pass a non-linear data set into a linear model. Interaction variable. The interaction variable in this case is a product between the gender dummy variable and the age. And as you can see, it's only the males in this data set which have a value in this interaction variable. Depending on the use case or experiment, you can choose your interaction variables. I would like to consume a few minutes on suggesting the good practice for deciding our dummy or encoded variables. In case you have a use case of three categorical variables, you do not need three dummy or encoded features. In this case, if the color is red, we mark 1 under the red feature column and zeros on yellow and green. In case the color is yellow, feature variable gets a 1, the other two get a 0. In case the color is green, red and yellow are 0, and the green input feature variable gets a value of 1. While this may look correct, but we have one extra feature variable here. The good practice is that to denote three colors, you just need two variables. If the color is red, the value for the red vector here is 1, yellow is 0. If the color is yellow, the value under the yellow input feature is 1, red is 0. And if the value is green, you do not need a third variable. You simply make 0 red and 0 yellow. That way, you are able to capture the green color with just two columns and not three. Always try to follow this good practice because this will ensure that you don't have redundant features. I hope you liked the lesson. Please like and subscribe.